Now, sports coverage in the Panhandle spirit with Kale Steed.
I know it's way early in the season, but what a difference a year makes for the Amarillo Sox. A new manager, new players have gotten the boys of summer out on the right foot. Now, as they wrap up a series tonight with El Paso, the Sox had a chance to complete a 4-game sweep of the Diablos on the road, something they didn't even come close to a season ago. We pick it up top second. El Paso with the wild pitch. Chris Valencia going to come on down and score, trotting in. Sox up 1-0. Still in the second. Joe Donson. High fly deep to center field. That's the good ever so exciting sac fly. It's 2-0. I know Lee loves those. Sox on top, but here comes El Paso. Shot through the hole. That ties the game. Let's go to your board. Right now they're in the 8th. I might have jinxed them. They might not get to sweep. It's 11-8 El Paso. Remember tomorrow, though. Here's the schedule. They're going to be at home opener versus Winnipeg. Canada's coming to town for 3. That's tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, and then Grand Prairie comes in Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. To the NBA Western Conference Finals. Game 1, the veteran Spurs hosting the new kids on the block, Memphis. First half belonged to Tony Parker, looking like young legs here, driving through the lane. That's a lay-in. Spurs are controlled. Then Parker knifing through the lane, up and under and in. He had 12 in the first half. Second half, Memphis had cut it to 6, but Manu Ginobili from the top of the key, good. And then it's Tony Parker again. He stole the show. 20 points, 9 assists. Young, old guys beat the young guys. 105-83, game 2 on Tuesday night. We stay on the hardwood and head to the college ranks. As we told you last week, the Texas Tech tailgate tour rolled through Amarillo, and we're lucky enough to talk to new men's basketball coach Tubby Smith. Smith has quite the accolades, but has some major work to do, taking over a program that's had better days, to say the least. But one staple Smith said he could count on is Clovis native Jay Crockett. Crockett really came into his own last season. Coming off the bench, he was one of the top 6 men in the country, leading the Red Raiders in scoring with 12 points per game. Coming into his senior year, he's already been named captain and the new coach with big expectations.
Well, what I appreciate about Jay is he's stuck it out. He's on his 4th coach now in 4 years, which is amazing. And I really, my hat's off to him. Been grateful that a kid of his caliber and of his integrity, of his character, he has stuck it out. That tells you a lot about Jay and the type of person he is. He's one of my favorite people right now because his leadership is going to be critical, and it's been great in this transition from one coach to the next.
Now on the women's basketball front, RedRaidersports.com out of Lubbock is reporting that former Canyon Lady Eagle Candace Whitaker, better known as Candy White, in her playing days for Coach Joe Lombard and Marcia Sharp, is expected to be named the next head coach of the Lady Raiders. White has been a head coach at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, and is currently an assistant at Oklahoma State. She won a state championship with Canyon in 1996 and played for Sharp from 2000 to 2002. A decision could be made early next week. Stay tuned. A couple of final notes in the bigs. The Rangers lead the Tigers 9-7 while the Stros were blanked by Pittsburgh. And a big thank you to John Scott and the Amarillo High Football Booster Club. They invited Lee Baker and myself to play in their annual Sandy Scramble today. I played with a group of guys that were great. They carried me through 7 holes, literally carried me almost, before I had to come in to work, which is always a bummer.
So they had to carry you, huh? How'd you do?
Oh, no. That's all I'd say.
Well, you got a good sunburn out of it.
Yeah, I did. Lee plays all the time, and he never lets me play. That's my excuse.
There you go. That's right. Lee gets all the playing time. All right, well, Alyssa's in next with one last check of your forecast.